Yeah, got a show for y'all.
Got a damn good show.
Chuck Schumer went on The View today. And had him a conversation about why they didn't shut down the government. Because Democrats, no, shut it down. Like, right? But when Trump shuts it down, oh, he's horrible.
Yeah.
Now they want to shut it down.
Right.
But he decides not to shut it down. So he goes on the View and explain himself because the Democrat Party is just falling apart. Everybody wants to can this dude. Yeah, I saw that one black girl, what's her name? She's the new star of the Democratic Party. Jasmine Crockett. Yeah. She was pretty much denouncing him. Yeah, that fool. But anyway, here we go.
Okay. Look, the bottom line is there were a whole lot of Democrats who were torn, and they on the one hand, people were clamoring, do something now, do something now. Now, do we have to act and do we have to fight these Republicans, this right-wing group,
the MAGA.
Not all Republicans, every step.
He looks at Alyssa. She says she's a Republican, but
You can't be a Republican if you voted for Kamala Harris. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, she's liberal.
Yeah. But you can't even say she's liberal. She's voting for Kamala.
No, she's liberal, though.
Yeah, why are you voting for Kamala?
I don't know.
Kamala and Democrat Party is progressive now.
Yeah.
If you're a liberal or moderate, you would have voted Republican this last election.
This is true.
Step of the way, but do it in the smartest way possible. If you're fighting them and then you end up in this shutdown, let me tell you something. If we ended up a shutdown 3 weeks from now, people would come to me and they'd say, they just cut off my Medicaid. They just got rid of my veterans benefits. Stop it. And I say, we can't, we're in a shutdown. And then they'd say to me, why did you let the shutdown happen?
Yeah.
So a lot of people responded to the anguish. I appreciate it. I am I wake up 3 in the morning sometimes, so worried about the future of the country under these oligarchs or klepto, whatever, or, oligarchs, I guess.
Yes.
And, but you've got to find, we are fighting them tooth and nail in every way we can, but you've got to fight them smart. And if you led yourself into a shutdown, which they, by the way, Musk.
Is he even looking through his glasses or over his glasses? So why are you wearing them?
I don't know.
Look at that. Is he looking over his glasses or is he looking through the glasses? Why the hell are you wearing the glasses?
He's wearing reading glasses. I mean, this fool went on The View and is wearing reading glasses.
I don't know.
Hey, Keeper, why are you fighting Republicans? You fighting to keep illegal immigrants in our country.
Yeah.
You fighting to cut back on our government spending. I mean, that's the question we should be asking. Why are you fighting Republicans? You shouldn't be fighting Republicans.
No.
There should be a bipartisan effort by both parties.
Man. Yeah. I mean, it's not like he's trying to bring back white supremacy.
I don't get why are you fighting Republicans? You have no reason to fight what they're doing.
Yeah, they're getting rid of illegal aliens and they want to cut down the government because our country is going bankrupt.
Yeah. Why would you fight that?
Good point.
Doge, vote, they want a shutdown. They said they wanted a shutdown.
Well,
and they thought we'd play into their hands. This guy, Vogt, who's head of the Office of Management Budget, has a whole list of what he wants to cut. And the Republican dream, not the Republican dream, the MAGA right-wing Republican dream of decimating the government, you know what?
Take them damn glasses off. I think it's more of a look for him, a persona that he's trying to,
Why they do it?
American people.
They want tax cuts for the wealthiest Americans. They want to destroy government, give all the money to the wealthy, and get rid of any regulations that they might have. So I felt an obligation to stop.
But if you're right.
Yeah, he used those words to regalvanize the base.
Yeah,
but this is why.
playbook.
Yeah.
Tax cuts for the rich. The rich already have tax cuts.
Yeah.
We don't need tax cuts. I say we.
You ain't rich.
I mean, I got money. I got tax cuts. I know how to go out and save myself money. I mean, I'm in that bracket where I know where I can donate money here. I can put money in this cause, and I get a tax cut for that. I already know that.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's not trying to make the rich richer. He's trying to keep the country from going bankrupt.
Yeah.
It's the whole point of this. He's actually thinking he's going to save the money and give it to the rich. Are y'all Democrats? Are y'all dumb enough to believe that?
It sounds like a fairy tale. What's that?
That is dumb.
Robbing from the rich, giving to the poor.
Yeah.
What was it?
So he's robbing from the poor and giving it to the rich.
Right. If what you're saying is true,
It's
how
not
do you
true.
explain the fact
Look
that
at the field
Friday
clapping.
Trump
Yeah.
publicly congratulated you for this decision? Wait, let me
Trump-
say, he said you did the right.
I think Trump did this because he knows. Because look what he did. Congratulations to Chuck Schumer for doing the right thing. So that instantly turns Democrats against Schumer.
Yeah.
Because whatever he wants, they dislike.
Right.
That's why he did that.
Yeah, he threw him under the bus.
He threw him under the bus. I'm gonna say thank you, Chuck Schumer.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna start calling Chuck Schumer like a Russian puppet for
Yeah.
Putin.
Live by the sword, die by the sword.
Yeah, that's why he did that.
Yeah.
Right thing. He said your decision, quote unquote, took guts and courage. Was he trying to trick you?
Troll me.
He's trolling.
He was trolling me. I know that.
That dumb broad. You see her face? Trolled all of y'all. And he's got the whole Democrat base constituency going after him, wanting him fired, wanting him removed.
Jasmine Crockett fell for it.
No, because Democrats are stupid.
Yeah.
Trump knew exactly what he was
They're
doing.
very easily manipulated. Not only the politicians are very easily manipulated, their constituency is very easily manipulated.
Now he's on the View trying to explain what's going on.
Yeah.
And y'all ready to get rid of him. I mean, what can he do?
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Shut down the government? What is that doing?
It's childish.
This guy.
It's so confusing, though.
Well,
People are reading that.
He's trying to confuse people.
See?
He always tries to confuse
Fell
people.
for it.
He tries to hide what he does, and by way, that's another. You know, we Democrats are fighting them very hard. And what are we fighting them on? Today, we have a Medicaid Day of Action. Hakeem and I have set this up for the Senate and House. And we have senators and congressmen going to all different parts of their states and districts talking about how bad the Medicaid cut would be and why give tax cuts to take that money away from people, average folks, and give it to the very wealthy.
He's trying to
He's
cut money.
lying.
He's trying to cut money, and so hopefully we can pay down our deficit.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
He's pretty much telling everybody he's making these cuts in Medicaid, Social Security, all these benefits that a lot of American people rely on, illegally cut these programs and give it to rich people. He's actually telling people that, and people are so dumb they believe it.
Yeah, it's to reduce our deficit, to pay down our debt. That's why he's doing it. He's not trying to make the rich richer.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
It's like them saying Elon Musk got everybody's Social Security numbers, and he's going to go in your bank accounts and steal all your money.
Why would he? Think about it, you dumb Democrats. Why would he need to steal your money?
Richest man in the world.
Richest man in the world.
It's just, I mean, they play into their base. Their base is stupid. That's why he keeps saying this about the rich.
Yeah.
God Almighty, these guys are rich enough. God bless them. They don't need more money, but they're so
they're
greedy.
clapping.
But wait.
That is crazy. So y'all actually believe these people are making cuts?
But I closed the video out. I closed it. I got. Let me open the video back up.
Fuck you.
Man. I actually closed the video out.
Suck my dick.
Coming.
There's that faggot right there.
There it is right here.
But wait.
Oh my god.
Okay, let me.
You can't be this stupid.
Yeah, and these people are clapping for this. Y'all
Why?
fell for it. Y'all falling for it.
Does it make sense? They're going to cut social benefits, so they're going to take that money. They're going to give it to rich people? Why would they do that? And why would the rich people accept it? I mean, if you really honestly listen to what these people are saying, they think you're stupid.
Yeah, Democrats, y'all all stupid. Y'all are stupid.
So Trump he tries to hide all this. He tries to hide all this about talking about Greenland or changing the name to the Gulf of America. This is another way of him trolling.
Distracting.
Distracting.
Yes.
Senator, I want to ask you, because I actually do agree with your decision to keep government open. I think no one wins. It costs the economy billions of dollars. Federal workers are left in the lurch in a shutdown. But I'm a Republican. I'm not really your core constituency.
They're very nice.
But you
I have a
voted
lot
for
of
them.
relatives who are Republicans.
There are many.
What's that?
She voted for them.
Yeah, I don't know why she continues to do that.
I think, Keith,
I think she's doing action for a paycheck. She's playing like the Republican on the show.
yeah.
But I
She's
think
the Republican on the show.
I think she is Republican though.
But you think
But she's a woman, so that's another strike against her. That's why she's going to vote for Kamala. I think she actually probably is Republican
you
because
think she voted for Kamala or Trump?
she voted for Kamala.
Yeah.
She made that known. She's Republican, but for some reason when she goes into the voting booth, I don't know what happens. Because everything she says, like listening to her, what she says, when she talks, she is Republican.
Right.
But when it comes down to the vote, she's not.
Nice ones. But some of the progressive members of your caucus are not the House caucus are not with you. Jasmine Crockett questioned your leadership. Hakeem Jeffries dodged a question about your alignment over this and obviously voted the other direction. There seems to be a disconnect between the younger generation and some of the newly elected Democrats and yours. Do you believe that the party has confidence in you to continue to serve as its leader? And as somebody who is influential in helping Biden's decision to step aside, do you think it might be time for you to?
No. I think that, my Senate first, you asked who's the leader. When we don't have a president, there are a lot of leaders. We have a lot of really strong talent in the Senate, in the House, in the governors. We have
Y'all
a
don't
great
have
bench.
anybody.
You people are a bunch of idiots, actually.
Y'all don't have anybody. Like the next presidential election, who do y'all have? Y'all have absolutely no one.
But as for the Senate caucus, of which I'm the leader, I should be the leader. And let me just say this. One of the things I am known to be very good at is how to win Senate seats. In other words, I'm a strategist in terms of recruiting candidates, helping the candidates run campaigns and winning. Look, winning in 2026 in the House and Senate, which could stop Trump once and for all, is vitally important. Okay. So I did this in 2005, but just recently in 2020, everyone said they'll never get the Senate.
What
And we
wins
pulled
seats
off-
is policies. Nothing more, nothing less. That's policy seats. That's why we have the House, the Senate, Congress, White House. That's why. It's policy. Y'all's policies suck.
Of something that many people regarded as a huge surprise, we won the 2 seats in Georgia. We got John Ossoff and Raphael Warnock, the first African-American ever elected in Georgia in 100 years or a long period of time.
Who cares?
And so I am good at that. But second,
He's not going to
I'm
last.
sort of the orchestra leader. And
He puts out that like it's such a great thing that he won the first African American. He was running against another black guy
Yeah.
the second time around. It's like, so who cares?
have a lot of talent in that orchestra. So what I do is I show them off. We have some great spokespeople, people like Chris Murphy and Brian Schatz. We have, Democrats are learning to do the digital social media much better than we did before.
Yeah, we saw that. Remember that TikTok video was going
that
around?
was-
Pick your fighter. You
Yeah.
people are a bunch of idiots.
I put Cory Booker and Tina Smith in charge. And then we have Bernie going out to Republican areas and doing rallies and rallying. So
Some
we have a load of talent
looking dude
in our
like
caucus.
back from the future.
Actually, Keith, Bernie, if they would have nominated him or RFK, they had a better chance of becoming,
If they had
winning an election.
Yeah, a presidential election. Yeah, but ain't nobody voting for RFK on the left. They're totally progressive now.
Yeah.
And Bernie doesn't stand a chance.
I don't know. I mean,
Kevin,
Chief, look how many votes Kamala got, and she's a vegetable.
And I'll tell you one thing. We are totally united in one thing. Many things, but one thing above all. We are united in going after Trump and showing the American people that he is making the middle class pay for the tax cuts on the rich.
Right.
Today,
That
we're
is
doing it on
crazy.
Medicaid. We're going to do it very soon on the tariffs. He wants to put these tariffs in. It's going to raise you folks, the average family, $22,000 a year for these tariffs. Why is he doing that? Something so stupid.
Why?
those tariffs is to lower everybody's tax burden. He's trying to do away with income tax for people making $150,000 and less in this country.
He already did away with taxes on tips, overtime, and Social Security. But the reason behind those tariffs, and I learned this the other day, I was watching this woman on Bill Maher, she explained it very well, that, you know, free trade in America, we can't compete with China. We can't compete with Canada or Mexico. Their wages are, their dollar is much lesser than ours. So we can't compete. So majority of these companies have moved out of United States of America and moved to Canada, Mexico, China, right? All these manufacturing jobs just left. My hometown, Martinsville, Virginia, was decimated by these same free trade policies. The reason why he's putting tariffs on these people is because these American traders, these businesses that abandoned the American people, went to these other countries to increase their profit margin. Now, okay, you'll manufacture these things outside of the United States and you bring them back in. Oh, okay. We're going to tariff you 25%.
Yeah, and Canada,
That's why.
and Mexico, they have tariffs against us, but
Yeah.
we can't do it to them. It's not stupid.
Yeah.
He wants to use that money for tax cuts for the billionaires. The Republican Party is a
Such a
different
lie.
kettle of fish than it used to be. And that's why we're fighting them so hard. They are controlled by a small group of wealthy, greedy people. And you know what their attitude is? I made my money all by myself. How dare your government take my money from me? I don't want to pay taxes. Or, I built my company with my bare hands. How dare your government tell me how I should treat my customers, my
All of that is just BS and bogus.
Yeah.
He's pandering to his base because his base is idiots. They actually believe what's coming out of his mouth. They actually believe that. So
don't-
that's why that's his go-to.
Yeah.
That's why he's bringing that up.
Man, that's crazy, the things they get away with. And then, you remember when a lot of black people was leaning right during this past election? Obama just pretty much ridiculed black people.
Yeah.
Hey, you need to get in line. You need to vote Democrat. What are you people doing?
You're black. We own you.
Joe Biden, if you don't vote for us, you're not black.
Yeah.
The things they say to their constituency is nuts.
Well, they're fucking idiots, and they believe it.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
the land in order.